Back now on Triad Today, I'm a big supporter of, for personal reasons, hospice and the great work that they do. And so I'm very excited about having these two very special guests. And they're special in other ways too. They do a lot of things for great service to families, but they're also married, which you don't often see married people working together, but they do. Kelley Waite is with us. She's a nurse practitioner at Mountain Valley Hospice. Dr. Alex Waite is hospice physician. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dr. Waite, Alex, let me start with you. Who or what led you to a career in hospice medicine?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's quite a bit of things that led me to hospice. First and foremost is my wife. She'd actually worked at hospice first. And then a good friend who's a physician up in Virginia has worked with hospice. And it's really, for me, it's about relationships to my patients. And I feel like I have all the time in the world to really be there and make a difference in their life.
Same question for you, Kelley.
I was just kind of approaching middle age and starting to go through the loss of my own parents and relatives, family and friends as well. And as I saw that loss, it gave me an interest in helping others through that grief process. And also I had been working in primary care like Alex and found that it was really difficult and stressful to be my best self and be the best provider to people in 15-minute increments.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to reach out and find possibly a specialty, and so I talked to different friends who work in different specialties, and a hospice opportunity became available, and I really fell in love with it.
Well, I'm glad you did, and you fell in love with him too, so it was a bonus there. Kelley, while I got you here, and I want to ask both of you this, and I don't mean to be flippant about this, but because you're married, how does that affect the compassion that you have with patients, the time you spend with them, and the relationship? Help me with that.
So I work typically,
teamwork and the whole thing.
Yeah, I work typically in homes for the majority of my time, but I do round in our inpatient units as well sometimes. And Alex is primarily inpatient, so when we do that handoff and I'm going in after he's been there or vice versa, that's really helpful because we just have a really good communication about what the scenario is and what the family dynamics are and how we can support which family member really needs extra support, what the patient's really needing or struggling with. And so we just hand off really well.
Yeah, Doc, that familial / marital sort of teamwork is important in this, right?
It is, and I think the teamwork part is so important in medicine in general. Like for us, she has strengths that I don't have and vice versa. And I love hearing her opinion, just as I do the other physicians at hospice and the other nurse practitioners. And the nurses, of course, I value their opinion so much and listen to them because they'll see things that I don't see.
Right.
And they certainly have strengths that I don't have.
Doc, what about common misperceptions that people might have about hospice? Again, I'm prejudiced because I've been through this with both parents. But what do you think people get wrong about hospice?
I think the biggest misconception that I see is that families sometimes think this is where physicians and the medical community is giving up. Actually, it's just the opposite.
Right.
It's actually where we give more care, more attention, and more attention to detail. And it's where we realize we have to shift our focus of care. And it's actually where we give a lot more care to families and to the patient. And a lot of times they have better outcomes. They really do.
I know with my parents, not to get too personal, but with the situation with my parents, the hospice team became part of the family.
Yeah.
And I know that must have been draining on the hospice team, and how do you guys support each other away from work when you've gone through this with families?
Well, we definitely listen to each other. So sometimes our dinner time conversations might be sort of emotional debriefing when there's something really hard that we've had to deal with.
Right. You can't get away from it. Yeah.
Right, but it's good to have someone who really understands, who knows the work, so you can really talk to that person. And obviously, for confidentiality purposes, talking to a teammate is appropriate. And then we really support each other in just doing our own life-giving things. So for me, that might be going to Pilates or yoga, and for him, he might go run in the mountains or go camping.
So you like to run?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you de-stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I just appreciate the work that you two do together, and for so many people, for patients and families, I can't tell you. I want to put this up on screen before I go too long here. MountainValleyHospice.org, it's mtnvalleyhospice.org is up on screen, and I hope you will visit that site with lots of portals for information. Dr. and Mrs. Nurse Waite, it's difficult. How do you address Christmas cards to the two of you?
Alex and Kelley.
Alex and Kelly, that's right. Thanks for doing this seriously.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this.